Well, hello YouTube channel, it's Belmont here. And this week's video, as I've told at least one subscriber, is about these. The Dark Shift XX expansion, which are nicely paired with the original Dark Shift expansion, which I ordered and have doubles of ordered a couple years ago. I'm sure y'all familiar with the bypass shank knife, the mini gem, and these. The double-sided and doubled wafer picks. So, for its newest iteration, Sparrows decided they wanted to do that again. So, we are met with double comb picks of 5 and 4 tines, which, yes, tines is the correct word for it on a comb. You have the smaller for 4 and 5 pins, and you have the larger for 4 and 5 pins as well. I've tested these out on my Brinks wide keyway and my Masterlock 140, and surprisingly as effective as the comb bar combo. Moving above, we have a double-sided set of warded picks. Warded bypass key picks. There, I've corrected myself. So what we're left with is in 1, 2, 3 basically. You got your L shape and you got your large double bitting. 2, you got the single bitting, and you got the L. And the 3rd, you got the small single and the small double on the bottom. And of course, these were actually made in Canada this time around. However, when you see next week's video, you will find that that particular Sparrows product was manufactured in China. Not sorry to be the bearer of bad news on that. Also, I want to address the course of actions I took in the video on Saturday. One, I was defending a friend, the same friend who bought me this set and the previous set that you saw last week on my channel, and the other set of tools you will see on next week's video, because Belmont will defend his friends always, because I honor them. I trust them, and I respect them. Which are also the keys to any good relationship, be it friendship or anything beyond that. I also want to address a certain hater, Black Dolphin 90. He is now apparently one of the new cronies to my new stalker, who is still continuously squeaking out his blowhole with the eek eek geek and eek eek geek and eek eek geek. That's great. And yes, I did turn over a new leaf, but I am still the same person I am on the inside. And yes, I do hate the older segments of the Locksport community because they put out a lot of misinformation. And I stepped up and I corrected them. And that included Bosnian shill Bill, who blocked me, as he blocked a great many people who corrected him when he fucked up on his shit. So, yes, I do hate the older generation and that segment of the Locksport community for their spread of misinformation. I take a stand and I fight. I fight back with words, and I use my actions in my videos. If you don't like that, go stuff a cork in your blowhole and asphyxiate. So, in the words of Cameo, Korn, and Boss Hoss, word up, because it's the code word. No matter what you say, you know that you'll be heard. And all y'all sucker DJs who think you fly, there's got to be a reason, and we know the reason why. You try and put on those airs and act all cool, but you got to realize that you're acting like fools. And that is what I have to say about the older generation of the Locksport community, who have also shown their hate against me when I spoke up against them, correcting them, and got blocked for the trouble. I also don't associate with their pages anymore. In fact, I never really even say a fucking thing about them. Now, to my obsessed stalker who likes to capture snippets of my video and blast my name, you know, I'm sorry to tell your 50-year-old, more than likely fugly ass that, you know, you're obsessed with me. I'm flattered. No thanks, though. You're not my type. If you want to take screenshots of me in between my videos showing my full body, you got some serious problems. Maybe you want to buy yourself a blow-up doll that looks like a giant fat guy. And yes, I am fat. So, if you're obsessed with men, I suggest, one, you carry your ass into the LBGTQ community. Go find yourself some burly bear, as they're called, and get fucked up the ass by his cock. If you're too afraid to do that, go down to your nearest porno store, buy you a large sex toy, and get fucked up the ass by that. Because, sorry, pal, I ain't going to be the one to peg you. Now, that I'm done discussing that, I am also pleased to say that being in communication with Mayhem Keys so much lately, that the son of Mayhem Keys, my friend, and I also want to address this friendship. Mayhem Keys, the father and the son, have been my friends off and on since I started my channel 4 years ago. And I went through a few rough patches with both of them. And I mended those bridges and rebuilt them and mended those fences that I burned. I got a little greedy. I got a little too demanding. And I felt entitled. And I've apologized to Mayhem Keys for that. I'm not perfect. Hell, nobody is. But I've remained their friend through thick and thin, and even when they didn't want to talk to me. I have never had a negative thing to say about them. And while other channels and other companies like Covert Keys have their stooges and Sparrows has their cronies, I'm not like that with Mayhem Keys. I'm poor. In fact, I'm below the poverty line. At getting disability, nearly every single dollar of my disability check goes into paying my monthly rent, leaving me with very fucking little in the end. And I scrimp and I save just to get by. I'm not rich. I don't do the things that other channels do of buying ass loads of swag or try and sell personalized merch. No. I can't afford to do that. I'm a pauper. I live on a shoestring budget and I'm proud of it. I'm a survivor and I'm a prepper. And I do it at a low cost. So, my friend, Junior of Mayhem Keys, the son of his father, has agreed to the following. They are willing to help do giveaways of some of their fine products, like this 3-piece set, which is the M1 Master Lock key, which is a 4-pinner that can open Abus, Acme, Action, Advance Affiliate, Anderson Hickey, Arax, Bell, Bellwith, Cat, First Watch, Fortress, Han, Parker, Ripa, Safe, Testa, True Lock, and various master padlocks numbering 1 through 6, 34 through 39, 77, 425, and 475. And the 5-pin SC1 Slage, which can open ADM, Anderson Window, Baldwin, Belknap Hardware, thank you, Brinks, CES, Carmel Steel Products, Donner, Fortress, Marks, Moss, Olympus, Packer, Parker, PDQ, and I do not mean the store PDQ, Pitco, Safe, Naturally Slage, and US Lock, Unison, Visa, XL Lock. And you also would be getting a K1, which is quick set, it's 5-pin, which can open Banner, Belmont hardware, Black & Decker, Blocko, Crawford Door, Defiant, Donner, Easy Set, Fleur-de-Lis, Fortress, HSC, Quick Set as well, Moss, Petco, Trey, Trojan, and Troy. It can also open Hyper Tough, which is another quick set clone, which has no security pins in it, by the way. Now, Mayhem Keys has said that it's not going to be a whole lot of keys or dozens upon dozens at a time. So we're going to have to draw lots on this kind of thing. He might be willing to go to the five key set. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader like Charles Xavier, and I do not have any way to influence his decision over doing so. That is up to his friendship, his kindness, and his courtesy, which I do thank him for. So, for this week, I want to hear from my friends. I want to hear from my subscribers that are in the United States of America, and North America is in Canada. I am sorry that if my subscribers are overseas, as in Europe, Australia, Russia, Asian countries, I do apologize, but Mayhem Keys will not do overseas international shipping. I do apologize for that. So, if you've heard my video, I want you to say that code word. Give me a word up, and know that you'll be heard. And this video has run a little long, but I had a lot to say. Need to address some issues, and need to tell y'all about the giveaways that will be happening. So, enjoy your weekend. Stay warm, stay dry. Especially stay out of the cold if you are in the colder parts of Canada. And let your friends know that this kind of giveaway is also going to be for the newer generations that I do believe of the lock sport community are better than the older generation that just doesn't give a shit about subscribers or even commenting anymore. You, the newer generations that have come out, like Trucking Lock, Sadistic Picker, Lady Locks, Irish Lock Picker, newer generations, new generations of pickers on the Lock Sport Facebook group, the ones who don't have anything, the ones who are just starting out and barely got 2 nickels to rub together to even buy a cheap set of picks. Well, I'm going to give you one more surprise. Coming up in the future, and I cannot say certain for when, Mayhem Keys will be coming out with a cost-effective lockpick set that is laser cut, just like Sparrows, only their picks will be made in the USA, laser cut, in a case with multiple tension wrenches that are effective for multiple types of locks. And they will be cost-effective price. They're shipped quickly rather than taking 9 to 10 days like Sparrows does. So I hope you enjoyed that bit of good news. I also want to thank Mayhem Keys again for what they do. You are my friend. Thank you. This is Belmont saying, stick around.